Yeah, so as you know, I don't really like making scripts, so I don't like reading off a script. I don't like I don't like cutting in between videos as well. But I wanted to talk about something, especially right now because right now it's like 2 a.m. and I had to rant about the input versus output thing, and for some reason I just output more than I input at night, like dead at night. I'm talking 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 12, 2 a.m. And funny enough, this is like I'm recording this video right after I recorded the first video. So I don't know when I'm gonna upload either of these, but yeah. So, social media. Part of the reason why I hate social media is because it strips a person of everything original about them. It strips them of their traits, what they like to say, what they don't like to say. Everything is decided based on numbers, and that is the number of people who liked your comment or your post, and the number of people who commented about your post, whether they liked it or loved it, or even hated it completely. Whether you know whether a lot of people DM'd you. It's really just a matter of numbers. How many people do X and Y? And that influences most of their decisions. So most people aren't comfortable being who they are because they're afraid of other comments about them. But that's something that I recently grew not to care about. That's why I don't really post on social media that much. And currently, I've actually deleted Instagram, and yeah, that's basically like the only social media I use. I don't have Snapchat. I have Discord, but I do that for um, it's not just personal. It's more business to some degree. So yeah, the thing is with social media is that didn't only just strip people of their traits and their originality, but it also kind of made everybody a carbon clone of each other solely due to the fact that people just don't want to say what they really think, you know? It's weird. It's like I don't know if that's the right order of words for that or the right words to describe this. I think the right sequence or order of words would be people are less comfortable being who they are because they are too worried about what other people might say. And now this applies to types of people that I personally wouldn't really support, maybe due to my beliefs or my faith, faith, belief, just so many stuff, you know. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that you really shouldn't place everything in your life based on the opinions of people who don't really how can I say this? Who don't really care about you. Like they're just people, dude. They're just people on the internet. They're the same as you. Sometimes they know you in real life, but that still doesn't matter because he's a man and you are too. You both have different beliefs. You both have different opinions. You both have different perspectives of life coming from people that lived in certain areas of life, or even like they had different experiences growing up. Some guy may have an uncle who was like a business realtor in like the 70s, and he's taking business life or just life advice from that perspective. Some guy is taking life advice and perspective out of his father who was a farmer in Africa, and then he came and migrated his family illegally to the United States. That's just an example, you know. Life is absolutely all about perspectives, and perspectives shape who you are. They shape your beliefs, they shape what you say. But in the end, you are an individual, okay? You're gonna become an adult, and you're gonna have consequences of your own actions. You're gonna have responsibilities to take care of. You're gonna have how can I say this? A tough life, maybe? I don't know, really depends on who you are, but I believe that in this life, everything's gonna be tough. To some degree, there's gonna be happiness in life depending on what you find to be happy doing, or the state of being that you are doing something that you like. However, I think that I'm gonna be truly happy after I pass away, because I believe there's a better place after this one. Regardless, so back to the social media rant. I don't know what solution I might propose to fix this problem, but it's kind of weird because I wouldn't know how to describe it into words. Even if I have a script, like I don't know if I can describe this that I'm talking about. But in truly, like every sense of the world, social media, every sense of the word, social media has really stripped a person. Like it stripped a person of his identity. For some reason, every time I think about this, I just think of some blonde American chick who's just looking at her phone 24/7 because that's the number one source of validation for her. Funny enough, this kind of applies to women more. I don't know how to explain this. Like especially with like the woman and men dynamic, maybe in 2026 or 2025, in just the post-COVID era of life where most people are addicted to either social media or these dating sites or porn sites and whatnot. I think that to some degree, the average man has this extreme solitude where even if he doesn't have friends, right? Even if he does have friends, he will still feel some sort of loneliness solely because the numbers or the average dating experience is rigged against him because people tell him that he has to be rich, he has to be 6 foot plus, he has to be muscular, he has to be handsome, he has to be all of this and that just in order to even get past the talking stage with a 6 out of 10 that I don't know, that's an alcoholic. And I don't like using numbers to describe people. Like this guy's a 5 out of 10, this guy's a 3 out of 10. But it's really true that people in life, whether men or women, depending on doesn't even matter actually what your gender is. If you are more beautiful in life, people will treat you more kindly. You will have better experiences in everything. In life, you will have a better experience in life, bro. If you are a less than average looking guy, okay, or a woman even, you just won't get the experiences that a beautiful person will have. But I think with a woman, it's a bit different because in some sort of way, shape, or form, women can simply just get the attention of men who are just lower of status or rank or looks than they are. And there's a bunch of them because, like, dude, I don't want to name people or name ethnics or stereotypes, but you know how like you see some average chick, right? And then you have like a bunch of Indian guys in the comments be like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. You're absolutely beautiful. Marry me, please. Check your DMs." Like that's kind of what I mean to some degree. Dude, I really need to get better on going from rant to rant and making sense in between. Because I don't know, I'm thinking of right now, I think what I'm doing is that I'm just picking up some sort of idea or concept, and then midway, I'm just discarding that shit, throwing it out of the window, and just going to a completely new concept or idea to talk about. And I mean, don't blame me, bro. This is my second video ever. And I don't know how I'm comfortable enough to actually talk to my computer. Funny enough, I've been into stages with hundreds of people watching me, and I could speak just fine. But it's something about videos that I don't know. I don't like having multiple takes of a video. I don't like cutting the video if I stutter or do something like that. I just want to be as authentic as I can and just to learn to be better with each video. So by video number 10, 15, or 20, I would hope to have less filler words coming out of my mouth, more value into the words that I speak, and I think less length of videos to describe the same idea while still having that genuinity. You get what I mean? Ugh. So the video is already 10 minutes long. I did not want it to be 10 minutes long. I think my average video length should be anywhere between like 3 to 7 minutes. Yeah, I think that's good. 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you. Man, I should really go back to watching Resident Evil 1, 2, and the entire series. Alright, that's it for me. Have a good day.